What's up, everybody? This is Samurai Man, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. When we last left off, we had gone on a little adventure with the Stanley Parable adventure line. Now we're going to rejoin this adventure and find out what else the narrator has for us today. Probably skipping the loading screen. One moment. Alright, now we're into the game. Last time we were here, we had followed the Stanley Parable adventure line along a long, winding path full of music and adventure. And now we're back here again because the line just brought us back, right back to where we started at the beginning of this little tangent. So, considering the line is still here, I can't imagine what could possibly happen this time around, but let's follow it.
What, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent
A good
people,
point.
right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Wow, that's kind of an odd office. Alright. Let's see what's over here, alright.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
My imagination. Well, it looks like we're in antechamber again. Yep, this is totally antechamber. Oh boy. Oh, Stanley Parable. Look at you and your crazy winding paths. Although, it could just be either inspired or, I mean, technically I think the Stanley Parable came first
no,
out.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, I'll look away from it. I'll try not to stand on it. Well, how can I avoid following it? It seems to be going down the same hallway as I am. Man, this line really wants attention. Alright. Oh, it's going up into the ceiling. Bye-bye, line. See you later. Where is it? Where are we now?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly
I don't know.
yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending? The confusion ending. Alright.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me
Okay.
that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart
Oh,
the game
crap.
eight?
You gotta love those random BS phone call surveys. Yes, let us continue. What was he saying?
8 times? That's really how all this
8?
goes? It's all determined?
Huh?
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Unable to
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever
I
it is
guess.
that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Can I sit down?
So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite
suppose.
sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I
guess.
hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Ah. Whoa, what the hell? Okay. Loading. And we're back. The hell are we now? We're back at the office. What's... Is it...
All of his co-workers were gone.
What?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Was that the
missed
ending?
memo.
I'm confused. I guess it accomplished what it was meant to accomplish. Alright. Let's move on. Alright. Well, this is back to the
When
default.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Yes.
doors,
Okay.
he entered the door on his left.
Well, I haven't entered the door on the left yet, so let's move into there. But we already know where it leads if we keep listening to him. So, you know, let's just, let's go here. Alright. And now we're here in the
Yet
meeting
there was
room.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
It's
hoping
the
he
broom
might find
closet
an answer
ending.
there.
Alright. This is probably fast forward. Oh, hey, yeah. So instead of going up, we're going to go down. Let's see what's
Coming
down
to
here.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might
Okay.
be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh, this is from the
Why
original.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Uh-oh.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
Yes.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Wait. Hold on.
Then
This is
he
new.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he
what?
had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Oh, boy.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for
Who's there?
certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact
Who's
a dream.
speaking?
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that
Okay, this
he
is
was
different.
in control, that this was a dream.
Uh,
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the
different.
mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
okay. Oh no. No.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What? Okay, they've changed that ending a little bit.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Wow, okay. Huh. That was a bit different than the original. Alright. I think that's it for this episode, guys, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Good night.